Today is a really important day. Today's the day that non-emergency bills actually go into effect. The legislature ended on July 19th, and for non-emergency bills, they have to actually go 90 days after session ends before they go into effect.
The impetus for this bill came from young people who had been experiencing homelessness.
New Beginnings Executive Director Chris Bicknell says he helped create the bill LD 1318 after speaking with hundreds of disadvantaged students across the state of Maine.
One of the biggest things that they said was a barrier to their ongoing success was achieving a high school diploma.
A barrier they'll soon be broken. LD 1318 changes the strict credit requirements and creates an exception for homeless or foster children bouncing around from school to school so they can apply for a diploma.
2 words: affordable housing. Over the past several months, I and many others have worked with advocates to make it easier and financially feasible for municipalities to support community members who are unhoused or can only afford low-income housing.
On Monday, Governor Janet Mills signed LD 1712, which uses hundreds of millions of federal and state dollars combined to do 2 main things. 1, increase the quality of childcare, and 2, expand access to good options for childcare.
And just knowing that your children in a safe environment, that they're being taught quality educational experience, and you can afford it. What a burden to take off of, working parents in this society today.
LD 600 is welcomed news to Maine certified midwives, or CM for short. Senator Stacey Brenner, a Democrat from Scarborough, sponsored the bill.
LD 600 mandates that insurance companies reimburse certified midwives for their services.
She thought it was about time all midwives in Maine had equal treatment.
Making healthcare work for Maine. That's what Senate President Troy Jackson is pushing for with his act to lower healthcare costs through the establishment of the Office of Affordable Healthcare, which would identify what's driving high prices.
Senate Democrats said their primary target is prescription drug prices. They include a bill to force more information from drug manufacturers to increase transparency. And there is another to create a special program to help those with type 1 diabetes afford their insulin.
Democrat State Senator Kathy Breen is the sponsor of an act to create an Insulin Safety Net program. This bill would make an emergency insulin supply as close as a nearby pharmacy.
Too often, as families are relocated to new duty stations, military spouses whose careers are licensed must navigate new state certificates, licenses, courses, exams, and fees. LD 374 seeks to facilitate the speedy issuance of temporary licenses to active duty military, recently separated veterans, and their spouses, provided they already hold reasonably equivalent license from another state.
Discrimination against domestic violence victims. Experts say it's a big problem here in Maine, affecting a lot of people, primarily women, who are looking for jobs or housing.
Senator Donna Bailey's bill to prohibit this type of discrimination just recently passed in the Senate.
State-regulated health insurance providers will soon be required to cover certain HIV prevention drugs with no out-of-pocket cost to patients.
Senator Heather Sanborn sponsored the law.
As a former public health professional, I have spent my entire adult life working to eradicate HIV from our communities. I guess it's serendipitous that I could proudly vote for this bill on the floor of the Maine Senate.
An act regarding campaign finance reform that would ban corporate contributions to candidates for political office.
Another bill makes pandemic absentee ballot adjustments permanent, like towns deploying 24/7 drop boxes.
Last month, Governor Janet Mills signed a bill into law that will give $50 million in American Rescue Act funds to the Maine State Housing Authority. Now that money will be used to help build more affordable housing options and address homelessness in our state. It's an initiative that will impact both rural and urban communities, a hopeful prospect to those involved.
I couldn't be happier for all the work that we did together. Some really great things to help the people of the state of Maine.